starting. Today is Saturday and it's the last weekend before we go back to our hustle, before we go back to school, before we go back to the serious part of us, because festive is the fun part of us, but now we're going back to the serious part of us. Yes. I'm a new mom to a grade 1 kid. I am anxious. I am scared because I know, daycare or crash, it's easier. But school, I am nervous. I am very, very nervous. I know he is excited. He cannot wait. On the 3rd of Jan, he woke us up. He's like, Mom, Dad, why are you so lazy? Why are you so lazy? You need to take me to school. We're like, no, schools are not open. It's like, no, but you said January. But anyway, he is going to grade 1. But from my previous videos, maybe you have seen that I've struggled to get school for him. He still doesn't have a school. He still does not have a school. Today's Saturday. We've got Monday and Monday I'm going back to work. So it's going to be a bit tricky. Yeah. I don't know what I'm going to do. You know what? We called the district. We did what we could have done. And when you hear from other parents, they've done the same things that we have done. And nothing. My sister and I still don't have school. Today is Saturday, like I said, I still don't have uniform. So I was advised to just buy gray pants. But I know the school that we are eyeing and the school that we are hoping we get into, they wear khaki pants. It's an adventure. Become a mom. Grow up and become a mom. It's an adventure. But anyway, I've got a lot of people that are actually praying for us for this. Yeah. So I am just trusting God. There is no way my child is going to stay at home and not be at school. I know that for a fact. God is going to make a way where there seems to be no way. And I don't have the energy to fight, because what if I fight? Let's say I go to a school and I fight and they take him. Then he's going to be known as that child whose parents came here and threw a fit. So I don't think I want to go that route also. But yeah, enough about the depressing part. Enough about the depressing part. To talk about New Year's resolution. That's why the video. New Year, for me, I know people are like, you do New Year's resolution by end of or mid-Jan, you drop it. I know, yes, we fall off. But for me, New Year means it's like a new book. You open it up, it's empty. You can start whatever. You can write it down, dream big. They say aim for the sky. So when you fall somewhere. Something like that. So for me, New Year means a lot. It means that, I've made mistakes. I've made errors in 2022. But I've learned from them. In this new year, I can now, take whatever I've learned and then apply it in this year. But one of my biggest New Year's resolution, obviously I'm not going to say all of my New Year's resolution here, but one of my biggest New Year's resolution, one that I will now keep in my mind moving forward into this year, is to take myself serious. And when I say take myself serious, I'm not talking about if I get hurt, I'm going to, sulk or whatever. Yes, sometimes it's good to sulk, but it's not like I'm saying that. When I say I'm going to take myself serious, is that when I know my mind is very creative. So when I think of something creative, something good, something I want to not invent. Hey, Moses, you think you're a scientist. Something I want to do, I'm going to do it. If I fail, I'm like, at least I tried. But I'm going to take myself seriously. I'm going to take my creativeness seriously. I'm going to take my thoughts serious. I'm going to invest in that. Welcome back to this channel as we go into 2023. My hope is actually to grow this channel, to get more moms, more dads, more uncles, more aunts, more sisters to come through to this channel. This year I am hoping to read. A friend of mine recommended an app that I have now on my phone that I can use for books, because my challenge with reading was that I like to read in the dark. Makes no sense, but yeah, if there's lights I get distracted. If the TV's on I get distracted. So she told me about an audio Bible, some app that I can get an audio Bible, and then yeah, I am so excited. We're going to a family in Joburg. We're going to visit them to spend this last Saturday because I know they're a vibe and it's worth having the vibe for this Saturday. So yeah, go with us, come with us. Let's go have some fun. Welcome back to the channel. Today is Monday and it's my Thursday back at work. We've got a 10 o'clock right now, 10 o'clock staff meeting. It's 7 minutes to 10, so I've got like 7 minutes to have this conversation with you. So yeah, I am back to work now. Am I excited? I think I'm okay. I think when work starts, it's not as exciting as when, like, you know, we are in like around March, April, May, around those months. So right now it's a lot of planning, a lot of putting things that we've planned for into action and seeing if they work or not and stuff like that. So it's a more of, okay, I know January is a more of like the planning, and then Feb going on is the more of the implementation of what. It's not even planning because we planned last year. It's just to look at our planning and go through it and set meetings there and there, talk to those people, and then February, that's when we start the work. So why am I a bit so down is because my son, today is Monday, my son still does not have a school. So I'm thinking after this meeting, I want to quickly go to one of the schools that is just close by to hear what's the story, to hear what's happening, to know like what must I do now because schools are opening on Wednesday and we still don't have school. So yeah, that's what I'm planning to do and see what happens. I don't have uniform. Like, I think I've mentioned that I wanted to buy gray pants, but I know most of the schools, not most of the schools, two schools that we are actually eyeing use khaki pants. And I'm going to those schools actually today. So before I do that, I will have to hear what they have to say. You know, the saddest thing about this whole thing is, you know, I've been reading parents' comments on Facebook. There's this group that it gives updates on this whole thing. There's one parent that spoke about how, like, she's literally just forced to put her child in a school that she is far from her, and she didn't apply for that school, and she's got no choice to take it because the department told her, if you don't take it, then your child is no longer in our hands or whatever. It's very sad that as parents we don't get to choose where we want to take our kids. We don't get to choose the education that we want for our children. And I think the saddest thing about this online thing that I've never verbalized, like in this platform, I spoke to friends and family about it, is that it's so sad that it does not allow kids to be exposed to other parts or other things in life. I mean, if you're a child that stays in, I'm thinking, I don't want to offend, that's another thing. If you're a child that stays in an area where, okay, you know, I don't want to offend. Let me just say, if you're a child that stays in Centurion, Oliver, so now you have to go to a school in Oliver. You cannot go to a school outside that, so you're not exposed to what's happening. So what everything that you know is in Oliver. I think that's my biggest issue with this whole thing, that the government is trying to group us, number one, just to be fair and truthful. Looking at the time, the government is trying to group us according to where we stay. Yeah, I didn't want to offend, but I think this is not the right platform for me to get like into it. I know with friends and family we discuss this more, but yeah, it's very sad that we cannot choose education for our kids. The government chooses it. And another sad thing is that they don't develop their schools. Like, I mean, I'm no politician. I am I might not be learned in this, but I hear and I read that schools are not developed. Parents don't want to take kids to schools because of the lack of development and stuff like that. So if you want to keep us in Oliven, if you want to keep us in Tembisa or Alex, change the schools, do something to the schools, bring robotics, bring chairs, bring other things that are out there that we are chasing as we look for schools for our kids. Bring proper sports, not just one sport and all our kids are expected to play that sports because they're boys, and because they're girls they're supposed to play a specific sport. No, bring other sports so our kids can be exposed. Our kids can know what they're good at and what they're not good at. I don't want to talk much because I know I'm frustrated, and really this is not the place to be talking such things. But yeah, that's just me and frustration. So after this, I'm gonna go to school and see what's gonna happen. So yeah, you can come with me to school. I'll see if I'm in the mood to vlog it. I will do that. I came back from school. I didn't just come back now. I came back a while ago, got home and just had to do a lot of admin work for work. And yeah, that's what I was busy with. I'm currently still busy with that. There's a lot of emails that need to come out. There's a lot of contact that needs to be done concerning work, but that's that. School for me didn't go as I had thought. I went to one school. Actually, I went to three schools. I went to three schools. One I got there is a school that I am really hoping that he gets, but they say they're full. I called, they gave me a number to call, which is their call center, and that's where they know if the school is full or not. I called their call center, they said they're full. So they would put the child on the waiting list. And then I went to the school that I go all the time, the school that we applied with the government, the online application thing. And when I got there, I think this school was the fifth time I've been there. When I got there, it was the same issue. You don't get to see the lady who's in charge or the admin lady. You only speak to the security and you give her the information or the questions that you have for the admin. And I did that. We did that. And then the admin lady said there's no way they can help us. Our child is not placed in their school. And I asked for my child to be placed on their waiting list. They say they don't have a waiting list, which is very weird because some kids don't come even though they applied to the school. They still don't come through. So I don't know who's gonna fill that space. It was just disheartening, honestly. And then I went to another school. That school I was just going to see, it was nothing big there. I just wanted to see what they say. But when I got there, they said the teachers, they've got a meeting. Not the teachers, the staff, they've got a meeting. So we couldn't speak to anyone. We only spoke to the security guy. So we came back home. So my plan was to go with you this journey, but nothing new. I mean, it's everything that had happened when I was running around in November and December. So nothing new. So yeah, it is what it is. For those that started work today, happy first day at work and have a great week ahead of you. For those that have been at work, I hope it's treating you well. Kirabo kindly regard. I hope this email finds you well. I hope it treats you well. Talking to a friend of mine sent me a message this morning. It's like, hey, happy first day at work. And I'm like, yeah, I am grown. Those are the messages that you get. Happy first day at work. Yeah. Work. For those that don't have work, I pray that God will see you through this year. I pray that the doors that you knocked at, the places that you've sent your CV, that the favor of God will be with you, that the places that you have submitted your CV, that those that read it will favor you. And those that also are hustling, I pray that more people will come to your hustle and your hustle will draw more people. Have a lovely day, a lovely week. Already, Sister Sabatla weekend. Have a lovely week. Bye.